What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a little different from what I usually do. I want to discuss the overwhelming amount of toxicity this gaming community has in it. Nobody really knows where it began, so here's my theory. I have played this game for the last 3 years, and I know it very well. It's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And in my experience, when I first got this game, I spotted it in GameStop. I looked up a little bit on it, saw you could play as Michael Myers, and was like, hell yeah, let's do this. So I loaded in my first few games as Myers, found a survivor, downed them in tier 1 because I didn't know how his power worked. I was still new to the game, not a big deal. So I slapped somebody on the hook, and I unknowingly camped them. I was waiting for people to come get somebody off the hook and go from there, and proceed to chase the next person. I noticed nobody ever came for that one person, and 3 people would escape. So I got a lot of hate mail for it. You know, you're a toxic camper, you know, go fuck yourself, all this bullshit. So I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know why I got that. I had no idea what I'd done wrong, in a sense. So once I went to play Survivor for the first time, I got camped and tunneled, and it really pissed me off. I was like, what the hell did I do to this person? I'm new to this game. I have no idea what's going on. I didn't understand why. So at this point, I started realizing when I got camped and tunneled, I understood why I got that hate mail. I didn't like it. It sucked. So from that point on, I never camped or tunneled anyone ever, unless they truly deserved it, or you've screwed me over in previous games. Karma's a bitch. So that's my backstory for the beginning of this game. Now, I believe this game, when it first launched, we had killers who, probably in my shoes, had no idea what to do, so they camped and then received a bunch of salty hate mail. Okay, not a big deal. You just say GG and move on. With how this game is played nowadays, survivors are far more toxic than killers are. We all know this. Teabagging at exit gates, teabagging at camping pallets. Like, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. I say all this because I play both sides very equally. I got about 3,000 hours on my main account. I have a few other accounts that were obviously Smurf accounts, as people would call them, but they're all red rank and purple rank now, so they're not really Smurf accounts anymore. I feel survivors took beginner camping the wrong way, completely, and escalated the problem even further than it ever needed to go. So in a sense, yes, killers are to blame for survivors sending hate mail. That can be the case. That may not always be the case. But nowadays, killers really only play toxic if you were toxic towards them. Now, there are some killers out there, with exception from this theory, where they're just assholes, and they come to this game to be assholes. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do to stop them. People are going to play how they want. Or they were bullied into becoming a toxic player, so they grew into this toxic player while playing this game. So if you get camped or tunneled, blame previous survivors for treating killers like shit. I know this because I've done it myself. I've bullied killers. I've teabagged at exit gates more towards the beginning of my time playing this game. And I'm guilty of it. So yes, I accept that. You know, I have my own faults. It doesn't help we have players like Ochido, who's been here for 20 million years, came to this game and utterly destroyed it with his level of toxicity and his little fanboys that follow him down this road. So he's just one of many of the people that made this game into a toxic shithole that it's become. Till this day, he still does it. And devs can't stop him. They won't. I mean, well, they've tried for banning him for exploits, but they don't ban him for toxicity, which is what, honestly, they should have went for. They really can't do anything to stop him. We also need to stop and take a look at what is truly considered toxic. As a killer, camping, tunneling, slugging, one-hook Mori spamming. One-hook Mori, now I say that only when there's like no gens done. If like no gens are done and you're one-hook Mori and everybody, that's kind of a dick move. I mean, it's your choice to play that way. They put it in the game. But it is frowned upon. I won't say it's really toxic, but it is a little bit frowned upon because you're shortening the game and you're really not going to get any points out of that. Now, as for Survivor, bullying new players, teabagging in general, body blocking, flickering flashlights, holding the game hostage in any way possible, may it be the in-game, at the exit gates, hatch standoff switch. I can't really say that too much, so I'll take that one back, just due to the fact is it's killer king to hit you or you can jump. I mean, yeah, that sucks. We had to deal with that. Anything else considered toxic isn't really toxic. I've heard it all. Looping. That's not toxic. Insta-heals. Those aren't toxic. They're put in the game. That's a item that is fair use. Flashlight saves. Pallet saves. Flashlight blinds on pallets or windows. Those are for breaking chases, which is what they should be used for. That's what I do it for. Infinite loops. They added things to fix that. They're not really infinite loops if you really look at it anymore. Some of them have some really strong loops, like Hawkins. Don't get me wrong, that map is very survivor friendly. It needs some adjustments. A lot of these things that I just listed off, they were put in the game before the devs realized they were strong like infinite loops. But they're not toxic. They added things to alleviate this, such as bloodlust and entity blocker. So killers need to quit crying about that. Look at all my other videos on my channel. I deal with that shit, and guess what? I still get 4Ks. It's not hard. Sometimes I get 2 or 3Ks. It happens. Any sort of pallet saves, 360s, I can go on for days. None of that is toxic. You can beat 360s. Turn your sensitivity up and quit crying. Get over it. I have been told everything in this game is toxic. It's just insane. Everything in this game that you consider toxic has a counter to it. Literally, it does. Figure it out before you slap a label on someone. That's bullshit. This game and community needs a massive overhaul. It's insane how toxic this community has become over the years. We all feel this game is either survivor or killer sided. Well, it all depends on the situation and the RNG of the map, to be honest. And, you know, survivors can make mistakes and that can benefit the killer. I've had games where I've outright slaughtered a survival friends team, rank 1. Then a few games later, they get a strong map and they beat the shit out of me. It happens. Get over it. Quit being little dickheads to everyone that don't play your playstyle. Even if this happens to open up the eyes to one person about this community, I feel as if I did my part. I really want to see where this goes and where this game ends up, and not to get further into toxicity. Like, and toxicity is insane on this game. You guys need to get the fuck over this bullshit and just play the game and have fun. It's a video game. Have fun. If you found this in any way helpful or useful, or you agree, please let me know in the comments. If you can, be sure to leave a like. Maybe share the video as much as possible, you know, on every platform if you can. Would really help me out. I want to open as many eyes to this as possible. See if we can change the community in this game. I don't do many videos like this, so this may be my only one. Who knows? If you guys like it, let me know. I may do more. If you like my other videos, I have several in the works right now. So be sure to subscribe, slap that little bell so you know when my video is coming up. And, you know, have a good one. See you in the next video. Take care, and as always, good game.